This is Tristan, the bow tie toy guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of going on a doll hunt, we're going to explore the history of, in this case, Barbie. Today, we're visiting the Cincinnati Museum Center in Cincinnati, Ohio, to attend the Barbie, a Cultural Icon exhibition. This celebrates 65 years of the rich history of this amazing Mattel brand. So I hope you're ready for vintage and modern Barbie overload. If you enjoy watching doll videos on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel and let's get started. I'm excited to check this out. I've only ever been to the Cincinnati Museum Center once. When you first drive in, there's a Barbie, a cultural icon billboard. This is the building itself. It's quite beautiful. I wanted to show you the inside. When you first walk in, they have all of this gorgeous tile work and beautiful high ceilings. Really pretty building. Let's get ourselves started. When you first walk into the exhibit, there's a long hallway with photography of Barbie from over the years. I'm going to work in some photographs in this video as well, along with the video footage from the exhibit, because it was really busy and crowded, and I want to be able to give you the best feel possible for some of the beautiful display pieces that they have. This is what you see when you enter the first main room. The exhibit itself is chronological, of course, starting with 1959, the debut of the Barbie brand from Mattel. In the center of the room, in a glass showcase, is an original 1959 Barbie in the black and white bathing suit. This exhibit takes you through the decades, starting of course with 1959 and working all the way up to modern. So this display to the right, and feel free to pause throughout this video to read some of the placards and some of the descriptions and text at the various different set pieces that they have. But this one is some of the earliest beautiful fashion packs for Barbie. Here is a photograph of that display that I took once the crowd had cleared. And this is a photograph of my favorite fashion piece in that display, a gorgeous fantasy wedding gown. This is probably my favorite thing about the entire experience in the exhibit. Every single room that you go in that is based on a different decade has a television playing original Barbie television commercials. Of course, there was an exhibit piece for Ruth Handler, the creator of Barbie, the reason we all became doll collectors in the first place. And this is a more close-up view of that original 1959 Barbie doll. Now we're going into the next section of the exhibit, which focuses on the 1960s. They had a beautiful display with a Barbie and Ken from the 60s. You'll notice throughout this exhibition that they talk about, with various displays, the fashion inspirations over the years for Barbie. With the 1960s specifically, there was a large influence on the Barbie brand by people like Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. You're also going to notice throughout the exhibition that there are full-size fashion pieces on display as well. For each decade of Barbie's life, they have a careers section, this being the careers section for the 1960s. Now we get into the display for the very first African American character ever released in the Barbie line, Christy from 1968. I love the jacket on this doll. It is so cool looking. There are several photo op sections throughout the exhibition, including this swing chair. Some of these glass displays had spotlights on them, so there was definitely a lot of glare, and you can see me in the background, but hopefully you're still getting a good feel for how beautiful some of these vintage dolls are. Now we've made our way to another one of the television sets playing classic commercials. This section highlights the production of Barbie dolls themselves, showing the various stages of completeness. Now we're moving into my favorite display in the Barbie exhibition, and that is the 1965 astronaut Barbie. This little corner with like a moon landing section was so cool. We've made our way to another one of the television sets featuring classic Barbie commercials. Now we're moving into the 1970s with classic dolls like Malibu Barbie. This display of 70s fashions and dolls was really neat. Here they had another beautiful full-sized dress and a Barbie wearing a matching outfit. Now we're getting into the display of careers for Barbie in the 1970s. Here you can see they have another photo op section. Now we're getting into one of my favorite sections, being the 1980s. I, of course, grew up with these dolls in the 80s and the early 90s. And as you can see, they have some amazing over-the-top fashions, like some of the Oscar de la Renta designs. In the 1980s section, as a photo op, they have an actual Barbie pink Chevrolet Corvette that you can get pictures in. Now we're looking at the display of careers for Barbie in the 1980s. We have made our way into the display cases with Barbies from the 1990s. Feel free to pause in some of these sections to read the text. I am a big collector of Superstar era, specifically 1990s Barbies and Kens, so I love seeing these dolls. Within the 90s section, they had this display highlighting 6 decades of fashions for Barbie over the years with designers like Karl Lagerfeld and Versace. We've made our way to another television set playing classic 90s Barbie television commercials. Of course, there is a display for Totally Hair Barbie from the 1990s. She is the biggest selling Barbie doll of all time. Now we're working our way into modern Barbie, specifically, of course, the 2000s, and there is an emphasis on some of the celebrity dolls in this section. Of course, if you're going to highlight celebrity dolls, you have to include the legend Tina Turner, God rest her soul. Of course, any Barbie exhibition would not be complete without a mention and display for the live-action Barbie movie. These dolls on display are to celebrate the 65th anniversary of Barbie in Caucasian and African American. For hardcore Barbie collectors, of course, there has to be a silkstone section. The gown on this silkstone Barbie is probably the most beautiful Barbie gown I've ever seen. At the end of the exhibition, there's a small shop primarily selling modern Barbie fashionistas dolls. As a memento, I picked out the Barbie right in front in that blue sort of Alice in Wonderland dress, Barbie Fashionistas number 237. Please let me know in the comments down below, what did you think of the Barbie exhibition? I also attended a doll show this same day in Cincinnati. That video is linked on the screen right now, so please watch it next. Thank you for watching.